We are David and Clare, and we often find ourselves doing crazy things like trying to get in a hammock in the middle of some woods. We travel the UK with our dogs, Tessie and Lily, in our camper van called Varney. We like to take you with us to share our experiences.
Hello and welcome back to the channel.
So you might have noticed that our show, Dolittles Discuss, was not on the radio last Sunday. We'll explain that in a little bit.
So we thought, while we're out and about, we thought we'd do a little Q&A session for you guys.
Now we'd like to thank everyone that sent us in a question, because we think that we've got some right crackers to answer. So stay tuned and we'll try and get through them.
So Hamish the campervan has asked, what is our favourite pub stop?
Okay, so I'm going to go for mine. Mine is the Brampton Halt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, because you can have breakfast there, you can have a nice dinner there, and you can walk down by the railway, and the trains run during the summer. What about you?
I think I'd go with that one as well, but a close second for me would be the Betsy Wynn, because they're very similar, aren't they? They're very lovely places.
Yeah, Betsy Wynn is quite upmarket. It's a very posh pub. You probably will spend a bit more there. If two of you are going, be prepared to spend about 50 quid. You can also have breakfast, but breakfast is probably going to cost you 20 to 25 quid as well. So yeah, either the Brampton Halt or the Betsy Wynn.
The Wandering Wilds have asked us if we enjoy vlogging and editing as much as we did when we started. David, editing's your bag, so what do you think? Yeah,
so for me, editing, I love it. I'm like a bear with a sore head when I don't have something to edit. Really enjoy the creative process from that point of view. From the point of view of the whole process, yeah, I think sometimes it gets a bit much. So you've got to think about creating new content, going to new places, new camera angles, new ways to film and new ways to engage. That I'm probably struggling with at the minute. What about you?
I still do enjoy it. It does take up a lot of our time sometimes, and like you say, the creative side doesn't always come naturally that much. But yeah, I think on a whole, I do still enjoy it. Maybe not as much as we started, but I think it's just a learning curve, isn't it? But
I think we're going to rediscover that passion, because we kind of went off the boil a little bit last year. We had other commitments, as we alluded to earlier. We're now coming back to this, and vlogging's going to be our main baby.
Yeah, we want to focus wholly
and we'll focus on it. So we'll explain that a little bit later, but yeah, this year's going to be the year. Are they going to go for a fly? Yeah. Wow.
1, 2, 3. Hey! He's like, no, I don't want to.
Wow.
So beautiful, the sun, isn't it? Oh, they're not.
I've never seen anyone with is it parakeet?
Macaws.
Macaws.
Buddy, come.
Wow.
Buddy, what's this? Buddy, what's this?
Oh, the dogs are chasing.
Oh dear. Sorry.
Mikey. They love the danger. Good boy.
Buddy, what's this?
Oh.
No, this is the one I worry about more. So she won't land on the floor.
Okay, so something surreal's just happened to us whilst we was walking along the park. I said to Claire, I said, look, I said, there's two people there walking parrots.
I thought he'd had a drink.
She thought I'd had a drink. No, there's people that have taken their macaws out, and yeah, they let us watch them fly off.
Yeah, you do not see that every day.
So yeah, considering I'm normally scared of parrots, that was quite
lovely,
something.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Anyway,
back to the vlog.
Back to the vlog. So what's the next question?
So I've got a good one for you, David.
Right.
So Martin Christopher has asked, do you think the big cities like Milton Keynes should invest more in motorhome park-ups?
Okay, so first of all, I think we need to unpick this question a little bit. So it's not a secret that I can't stand Milton Keynes as a city, because it's a town. It's an oversized town that got a bit self-entitled. They stole a football team. They don't really deserve to be a city because they don't even have a cathedral. Let's park that for a minute. In terms of park-ups and infrastructure, actually Milton Keynes has got quite a good few places where we can park. So from the point of view of van life, we quite like it, don't we?
Yes, we do.
You've got Coddicott Lake, we've parked up at Kingston before, and also you've got the cycleways.
Yeah, I was going to say on a side note, it's good for the tandem when we can take the tandem out.
But I suppose there's a third part to that question, and that's, do we think that towns/cities should be investing in it? From our point of view, we're self-contained, so I don't think they need to invest in it as such, i.e. we don't need toilet blocks, we don't need like airs with electricity, just a bit more tolerance.
And letting us park overnight somewhere, but you know, you can see that there are some people do cause problems, and you can see why they don't, but yeah, a little bit more tolerance would be good.
But I think it varies from city to city and council to council. So for example, when we went to Shropshire, we found that we were able to stay in any of the Shropshire County Council car parks overnight. They had the foresight to see that people will bring money to the economy. So yeah, I think it's about tolerance, not necessarily investment. Hopefully that answers that question.
But good question, thanks Martin.
Cheers. So next question come from Andy Watts, and that was, if you could go on a road trip with any celebrity, past or present, who would you go with? What's your answer, Claire?
Ollie Murs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I knew you'd say that.
I think it'd be excellent to have on a road trip, because he's used to trips when he's in the van for the tours and everything. Mind that big
What's that? Oh yeah, he's older.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
But do you know who I'd choose?
Go on, who would
I'd
you
choose someone topical, right, at the moment,
Yeah.
who can sing even better than Ollie Murs. Do you know who I'm going for?
No, who?
James Corden.
James Corden.
Carpool Karaoke. Imagine that.
Oh yeah, it could be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
So Steve Witt has asked, what jobs do we do, and do we get enough time for our adventures?
Okay, so split this down in two. Do we get enough time for our adventures? Everyone wants more time, don't they? However, we go away most weekends, and I think we do quite well with the YouTube channel in the sense of whenever we go away for a bank holiday, whenever we go away for a week, we try and get a few vlogs out of it. So I suppose from that perspective, yeah, we'd love more time off, but we do manage it quite well.
Yeah.
In terms of what we do, so I'm an account manager for a drinks manufacturer. I'm not going to tell you exactly who, I'll just say that they're the third largest in the UK, and I'll say that
clues along the way in all of our vlogs.
and I'll say that if you want to be the best you can at sport, then you might you would probably drink our biggest selling product. What about you, Claire? What do you do?
I am internal sales support for a company that does welding equipment, chargers and solar inverters. Yeah, so basically just administration and that sort of thing.
I'm really glad you asked that question, Steve, because I never actually knew the answer to that from Claire.
I did.
So at least I know now what Claire does for a living.
Oh, great. Grape Soda Travels has just bought their first camper van. Well done, hope you had lots of adventures in it. They have asked us what sort of bedding suggestions we can give them. They want cosy, warm and stuff that packs away small.
Cosy, warm and stuff that packs away small.
Really
right,
us.
You've asked the wrong channel, I'll be honest with you. Go on, Claire, why don't you tell them what we do?
Well, so we lie on top of mattress toppers that are inside single duvet covers, so that's a little bit of a... So it just makes it more comfortable. And then we have is it not king size, is it?
Yeah, I think it is a king.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we have a king size duvet that we have over us, and we have 2 pillows each. So we don't really pack away small.
No, we don't.
But we are cosy and warm. And plus, if you get dogs and they're lying on top of you, they keep you warm too.
Can I just give one word of warning? Dogs definitely do not pack away small.
No.
But yeah, so yeah, our advice, I'll be honest with you, if you want cosy, double duvet, get under there together, give yourselves a nice hug. We used to do that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Before we got dogs. Right, Claire, next question.
Where's Wander Wandering has asked, if we could change anything in Varney, what would it be?
Okay, so we know what Claire's going to change, don't we? Go on.
Fixed bed.
She'd change it so that there's a fixed bed. The thing that I would change is I would have a GoPod to tow behind Varney.
Oh, that's not changing Varney, that's adding to Varney.
No, that's where you're wrong, because we'd have to change Varney, we'd have to put a tow bar on the back. But
Okay.
if we had a Go Pod, then we could leave the bed fixed up. There's one of them parakeets again. If we left the Go Pod, if we had the Go Pod, you could leave the bed fixed up. The dogs could sleep in the camper van. I could sleep in the Go Pod, and Claire could flip between the two of us.
That's not
Perfect
happening.
setup.
That's not happening.
So yeah, Go Pod.
Rob OC has asked, what would our ultimate road trip in the van be?
Go on, Claire.
Mine would involve the Scottish Isles, so it would involve a lot of the Scottish coast, but in particular Isle of Skye, because I keep seeing people go there and it looks amazing. I wouldn't do it in the summer as well.
Yeah.
I think because
Okay.
of the I know about the midges in the summer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would it would involve a lot of the Scottish Isles, I think, for me.
Mine would possibly involve the Scottish Isles as well.
Right.
So mine would be round the whole of the coast of the UK, so round the whole perimeter.
Wow.
Or the ultimate, if money was no object, I would ship the van over to the United States, and I'd love to do Route 66.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you better do another line on the lottery tonight, just in case.
Let's do it. Chris Hill would like to know if we're still going to buy the motorhome that we picked out at the NEC. Now he's talking about Pepper, isn't he?
He is talking about Pepper.
Is it Weinsberger?
Yeah, the Weinsberger. So we could.
Day.
We're remortgaging
Hopefully.
this year, and we could do it this year. However, I'm waiting for for interest rates to go down before we consider doing something like that. So we're waiting for one of two things to happen. We're either waiting to win the lottery, or we're waiting for interest rates to come down. So I think I know which one's more likely to happen. So yeah, we better do another lottery ticket tonight.
Yeah, so one day, hopefully, we still really do want Pepper, but yeah, it's not feasible at the moment. So.
No.
Paul Redmayne has asked, where is our toilet and is it banned during meal times? Well, our toilet is at the back of our van, as is our kitchen, so it's not really accessible when someone's cooking and not advisable.
No, we'd normally be cooking on top of it, so it actually requires...
Not literally on top of it.
No, the
it's all
worktop
covered
folds over it. So it actually requires a bit of prioritisation. So it's about prioritising, do you need to eat or do you need to go to the toilet? If you need to go to the toilet, do that and then cook. If you need to eat, then yeah, you're going to have to hold it. So prioritisation is the key, which brings me on to our last question, which comes from Martin Christopher again. So Martin has said, as all vans are compromised, how do you minimise the impacts of this when you're on the road? So again, I think it's about prioritisation. So for example, you look at what the compromises are, you prioritise them, and you decide which ones you're willing to tolerate and which ones are which ones are essential and which ones you won't have. So for example, my two compromises, so I want a small van, we've also got a fixed bed. Now the fixed bed isn't as important to me as having a small van. So I'd rather have a small van that has our bed rather than have a big van that doesn't fit in the space that's got a fixed bed, if that makes sense. So yeah.
But David has said that maybe we'll get a pod to put along, so that will solve that problem, won't it?
Well, yeah, but then going back to a question we answered earlier, we then won't be getting Pepper.
Not yet. I said one day.
So
one
yeah.
day. We can have both. We can have a pod now, and then we can get Pepper later.
You're really reliant upon the lottery tonight, aren't you? Anyway.
We can dream.
Anyway, hopefully that's answered all your questions for you. Now we've got something important we want to talk about. Okay, so now that we're back in the van, we just wanted to update you as to why we're not on Caravan Radio anymore.
Our Sunday show was cancelled for various reasons, but mainly because the programming of the show took quite a lot of time, so it was deprioritised by the station.
We were given the opportunity to do product reviews and other segments to go within the weekday. However, we've had a bit of time to reflect.
We feel that our YouTube channel took a little bit of a backseat last year, and we want to get back to focusing on the channel.
We did really enjoy the Dolittles Discuss format that we had on the radio show, and as such we are delighted to announce that we will be doing a Dolittles Discuss once a month right here on this channel.
And as there'll be no music in the show, we can really focus on the discussions that we have.
We would like to thank everyone who supported our show, and hopefully you will see that YouTube is the perfect platform for us to build upon. So hopefully you've enjoyed this vlog and an opportunity to get to know us a little bit more. Also, we'll put out more information about Dolittles Discuss on our social media, but it's really exciting. Watch out for this coming soon.
Dolittles done.